maintain that connectivity, I don't see that this is going to enter the CA realm anytime soon. That kind of communications, could you imagine what we do with CMOCs and how we put CMOCs together and who brings what to communications abilities? Suppose we had the capability of giving communications devices to some of our partners, appropriate partners for appropriate operations, who could use what is available to them. Let's say it's a retinal scan or a thumbprint or whatever that allows you, that identifies who you are and identifies what your clearance level is for specific kinds of information. If we could hand one of these communications devices to some of our partners, they get the information that is appropriate to them, and you get better communications ability with your partners. This is a bigger question of knowledge management, of what we push to the field and what the field can draw by virtue of the kinds of communications devices we are going to be able to have in the future. But unless we maintain this connectivity with the smaller realm of SOF, I don't see that that's going to come to us otherwise. That said, I think that's, oh, no. There's one last piece of, I don't know how my time is running here. Reach back capability. A big concept that we're working on is mission support desks to deal with the reach back capability of a deployed force so that you don't have to have as many people up forward. You can have a smaller footprint, but you've got electronic capability of going back and getting answers to some of your questions. I had a small scale option like this earlier this week. One of my proteges is currently in Baghdad. He's working on developing an emergency response capability for Iraq for domestic emergencies. So he emailed and asked, what can you get me on models that we have? Well, we have a SOST, a Special Operations Support Team member in DHS, who, although he was traveling in the, actually he was traveling down at MacDill, answered me from his BlackBerry, oh, I got this, and these people, and we had an email chain that put us in touch with half a dozen people in DHS who deal with these questions. So now we've got that connectivity then completed as a loop that went back to Baghdad. This is just one small example of what we can do. Multiply this a number of times with what our future developments are going to be, and how we're going to deal with knowledge management in the future. You get a sense of where that's going. But finally, we get to we were talking earlier about joint capabilities. I think we at senior levels know that we want to have joint capabilities in civil affairs because the experiences that our service brethren from other services, and for that matter, coalition partners, alliances and the like, are crucial to how we develop our courses of action. But so long as we have the training picture, the education picture, specifically in some of the components, service components, I'm talking Navy or Marine Corps here, focused at the tactical level, I don't see how we're going to get beyond or get to the point that we can easily integrate those officers into higher level questions. Of course, that's not different from, you go to a higher level staff, you're supposed to be a Leavenworth graduate to be able to get to that higher level staff. Well, that doesn't mean you've got a whole lot of experience in joint operations, right? There's a big learning curve to get through to be able to capitalize on that. In the SOF world and in civil affairs, you enter that realm much sooner, but the education system doesn't address, and I'm seeing heads nodding out there, the education system doesn't address that. We do have some means, like Joint Special Operations University, in isolated instances, can address that, but it's one of those things that we as a community need to raise. That said, that's my final